What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action, spawning at the bottom of the map in the red color, playing as Kronos. His name is Nullus. His opponent today, in the blue color, playing as Poseidon. His name is Kvoth. Yes. Game number 3. Kvoth on his tournament life. This is the losers bracket portion of Divine Intervention, which means you lose the series, you go home. You don't have a life anymore. Everyone, once they got to the round of 8, they received an extra life. So it means they could have lost one game once they got to the round of 8. Kind of to allow for players who might get an unfortunate set of gods for themselves personally. But this is not that chance. These guys have lost. They've dropped a game in the tournament thus far, and that means, well, what are you going to be able to do? Kvoth here, Poseidon. I was saying a little bit pre-game here that I haven't seen a huge amount of Poseidon from Kvoth, but he has put a lot of effort into gods like Hades, to gods like Zeus, to gods like Rheia. So he's got a lot of understanding of these sorts of matchups here. But to continue along with this, a player I haven't seen a lot of Kronos from, Nullus. I haven't seen Nullus playing a lot of Kronos either. Who knows what they're doing behind the scenes? Who knows how much effort they're actually putting in? These guys aren't what we call pro players, so it's not like they can go and practice 8 hours a day and get together these matchups at a very super ridiculously high level. But one of the big advantages that they do have is that they played the game for such a long time that they can actually sit there doing a meaningless job. Not a meaningless job, that's not what I mean. That was not the word I was going from. A brainless job where maybe I don't know, picking up boxes, putting boxes back down, something like that. And they can think about the game and whether or not they do that, I don't know. They might have to be really thinking super hard about whatever work they're doing. But we'll see how things are going to go. One big thing that Kronos has been happening, and we did say that before, but we didn't get to see Kvoth doing it because he got villager rushed, is the early Oracle heroes are really, really strong. Early Oracle heroes from Kronos are really, really strong, especially on maps where the villagers have to be out on the second food here. The question is, are we going to see this from Kvoth? He could have already, not from Kvoth, from Nullus. He could have already heroized his oracles. He could have already started putting pressure onto these villagers here and getting a lot of damage done onto Kvoth here. Now, one more thing to go into. There's a second strategy here that's kind of started hitting the rounds. Actually, started to, I don't know if I could say it's popularized, but started to be used by some actual lower level players. I think it's like Chaos or something. I can't 100% remember who did it, but the strategy is Terma Automaton. Second town center, nice and fast. Terma Automaton. Why second town center nice and fast? Well, you get yourself more favor from that town center. Means you can produce more. Means you can produce more automatons. Means you can produce more Terma and all the other good stuff that comes out there. Sometimes you misspeak. That's not what you mean. Anyways, Blue Crystal Shard coming up here as well. 5% extra gather rate there is really, really big. I imagine Kvoth will come in and try and grab that. We already see walls coming up here for Kvoth nice and early as well, as Prometheus is coming in super late at the moment here from Nullus. I'm surprised to see that. I'm not sure what was going on there. He did have himself an Auroch. He had every opportunity to go for 430, but advancing quite late here. Theseus is in. Can use that one to get some harassment onto this position here, as the villagers going to be finishing up these walls over here as well. I love a good wall. Kvoth is a very, very strong player at abusing this sort of a map here. This is one of the maps that happens quite a bit in competitive Mega Random. You get your open maps, you get your semi-closed maps, you get your closed maps like this one. And Kvoth is very, very good at this, as we see the villagers getting pushed off of this hunt as well, with plenty of elk remaining up here. Second town center is actually coming down for Nullus very sneakily with a 5-minute advance time first and then the second town center. But Prometheus got a choice, so we aren't going to be seeing those defensive automatons or anything like that coming through. for Nullus here. He's going to be going for Prometheans. He does get himself that Promethean offspring. Going to be moving forward. Town Center coming up for Kvoth now. He's already got himself the Centaur and the Hippolyta. Generally speaking, sitting these ones on the Town Center is the better option. There is the monkey head here as well, spawning three relic monkeys there as well. Very, very useful. Where that's concerned, is Kvoth going to be bringing that relic back onto this temple here. Let's while we've got the opportunity here before anything actually starts completely happening, as the Promethean pushing forward. Promethean from Kronos do have the opportunity to dodge the arrows of the Hippolyta though, so you can get some good scouting and get some good harassment in as well, as the Oracle hero is going to be pushing through this gate. But when we're talking about the blue crystal shard here for the Greek, it looks like blue crystal shard. I don't have the information on blue crystal shard. Blue crystal shard for gold looks like it gives you a really, really big bonus on shaft mine. On shaft mine only. So once you get shaft mine, you get a huge bonus with blue crystal shard. I don't think it helps you out on the wood at all. So early shaft mine for Kvoth would be a big help for him. I don't think you get any bonus from having pickaxe. So at the moment, it's just sitting in this temple, not being that useful. Anyways, Town Center up for Kvoth. Drops the military academy here. So Kvoth isn't going for any Hyperion just yet. I've talked about this. I don't think that Hyperion are that useful for Poseidon against Atlantean. You can go for a handful of them. It's like obviously not bad, but going for a mass Hyperion with Poseidon more often than not drains your gold too fast, makes you need to defend your second gold mine way too early, and life gets really sad there. But second Town Center up for Nullus. I'm interested to see if Kvoth is just going to go for a third Town Center here nice and fast. That's the big question, because he's not got any pressure onto him. We do see the Hippolyta coming over here, getting pushed back as the villager going to sneak through. But this villager, sneaky villager, Nullus doesn't spot that, because these oracles, once they start firing, they don't get any damage in. And we do see that the army will come through, will spot that one there, as the villager going to attempt to retreat back. And, Wait, what happened? Nope. Kvoth's going to be running away. Villagers over here trying to get the walls up on this position as well. As the oracles will spot this one there. They're so fast, 4.8 speed. Nullus does spot that. He's going to go after that villager, and he will find a villager kill there. Nice find there, as Nullus is trying to stop the villagers from getting the walls up as best as he can. This villager tries to make a break for it. Can he speed walk this one? Looks like he's not going to be going for it. Just going to take the L on that. Potentially send a villager forward a little bit later. Where that's concerned, as the raid's going to start coming through. Watchtowers coming in for Kvoth at this point. A little bit late, as these villagers over here will need to get brought away from this position. But Kvoth not paying attention where that's concerned just yet. Army coming back here as the villager's going to be jumping into the Town Center, jumping onto the pigs actually here, as it looks like Nullus doesn't even care. He's like just fight underneath the Town Center fire. Watchtowers now up. Villagers still not going down. Good defensive maneuvers here from Kvoth for the time being. No walls around the towers just yet, but Toxotes are in. Army is through here for Kvoth, as the army going to get pushed back. The villagers up here as well, going to be getting the walls back up onto that position there as well. And Nullus going to have to get pushed. We'll have to think about what he's going to do next. He's got a good, strong army, but the Toxotes are so good against non-Uranos Terma, because they get positioned in the back. It can be really tough to get the Terma nice and far forward to deal with them here, as we do see them trying to push in, trying to get a little bit of damage there. But sooner or later, Kvoth is going to have a really strong army. The Nullus is not going to be able to break through, but Nullus now getting himself a third Town Center. And we see the time shift coming in to defend that citizen as well, as the villagers pushing up here do manage to snipe a Promethean there. The economy here for Kvoth, lots of wood in the bank to put down some sort of a town center, not a town center, well, a town center, and some farms as well, as all of the hunt has been eaten up at this point. Houses coming up over here as well. And the army realizes this is probably the most difficult to defend position here. We still see army production. I think getting the Town Center up at this point is the right call. One thing that Kvoth is not doing in this game, which I think is probably a little bit of a mistake, is not checking this Town Center, not having a unit on this Town Center. Pegasus, Katoskopos, anything is very, very useful. Where that's concerned, is the wall going to come up over here to try and defend this. You can also put a wall up over here as well to defend on that position there. As Heart of the Titans coming in nice and early for Nullus. He knows how important it is to continue to get those heroes out nice and cheap. That's an investment in the future there for for Kvoth, for Nullus there. He's investing in his 401k. Is that what it is? 401k? His superannuation. I don't know what it's called in the European countries. Someone let me know. Don't know. Anyways. Nullus pushing through right now. He's looking for something to take out. There is still ceasefire remaining. The Term are going to check out this position. He's looking into the main base. There's still this watchtower. Kvoth still hasn't put himself the walls around this or any defensive positioning onto this tower here. And this does open up the base quite considerably for Nullus to put some good pressure on as the militia does pop out. They're going to be helping out, but immediately gets sniped as the villager trying to get this wall up here. Ever so slightly. Town Center is up on this position. Toxotes are in position over here to defend. There's a really nice gold mine back here and on this spot. A nice wall over here would not go astray either as the villager gets pushed back here as well. As Nullus pushing through here as best as he can. We do see a military academy coming up there again for Kvoth as he is happily going to take these fights. Nullus knows that one thing that Nullus needs to keep in the back of his mind, that him winning the game kind of in the early Mythic Age isn't that important, but getting himself in a position where he can start utilizing his time shifts and the vortex or even implode is a really, really important thing for him to be thinking about. Things like vortex here, kill this town center. Vortex here, kills this town center. Vortex here, kill this town center. Time shift powerless, get a powerless place down. Those sorts of plays are very, very important. It does look like the Toxotes are doing work over here as Nullus finishes up that fight. Funnily enough, he's actually got the unit comp to beat those Toxotes, but he still feels like he doesn't want to take the fight just yet as the Term are pushing through to try and pick off as many of those Toxotes as he possibly can. Kvoth is just happily taking this fight. He needs to retreat here. I don't know what he's doing sitting right underneath those Term. Now he does decide to pull away as Copper Shield's coming through for Nullus. He's almost able to advance to the next age. We'll have access to Hyperion as well, which again, Hyperion with Kronos, unlike Uranus, he gets that extra speed, much easier to micro those and keep those alive. Plus, Poseidon, without having access to Chiron, makes life a little bit tougher to pick off those Hyperion Satyr there as well. As Nullus trying to push through. We do see a temple getting time shifted onto this position. Hitting this town center is everything. There is this gold mine down here. Kvoth is so sneaky. He's so good at doing this. He's like, let me be on every gold mine at once. If you push me off one gold mine, I'm still alive. If you push me off two gold mine, I'm still alive. You have to get me off every gold mine on the map to make any sort of success where that's concerned. But while this is going on, though, Kvoth does have himself a lot of gold in the bank, so he does need to be thinking about pulling away from these positions, jumping onto onto wood, getting his farm set up nicely. Farms coming up in the main base over there. It's the army a little bit late to react as he's getting pushed off of this town center for the time being. And the village is now pushing in for Nullus with reckless abandon. Remember, there is still ceasefire here for Kvoth. The problem is, I mean, at the moment, it probably doesn't help him out that much to click the ceasefire. Probably helping out Nullus a little bit more. As the army slowly starting to push through, we got the signal fires coming through for Nullus just to check everything else out. No attempt at any raids here. One of the weaknesses of not making Hyperion is not having the speedy cavalry units to kind of help out. And we did see Rheia here as well from Nullus. I didn't talk about that. Not the Hyperion like I would have expected here. Rheia, as the behemoth, going to be pushing in. This does mean that there will be a ceasefire that's going to be perfectly reasonable to be using here for Kvoth. As the town center getting taken down. You could also use the villagers to snipe this one out as another behemoth going to be coming in. The villagers moving through, starting to shank down. Toxotes coming over here. Going to start targeting down those, or the Term are targeting down the Toxotes over there as the villagers pushing in, going to try and shank down the Cairo Ballista here. You can just take the loss of the town center ceasefire and get the town center back up as an idea for Kvoth. There's not really any problems where that's concerned as one behemoth does go down. Town center going to be trying to get shot back up there as well. But population differential here still relatively equal where that's concerned as the Theseus does get taken out. He needs to be having that melee hero to kill off the behemoth. Well, that's concerned as the villagers coming back over. There's the ceasefire just as the behemoth was about to get some damage done. So the town center will come back up. Still lots of resources in the bank here for Kvoth, but he doesn't have the food income. He needs like a butt ton of He needs a butt ton of farms as he's moving up onto this gold mine over here to not that gold mine, the berry bushes over there to get that one. I don't think it's worth to do that. If you've got plow, if you've got... the villagers don't have to move as far. You've got all this wood in the bank. Kvoth can put a whole bunch of buildings around this town center as well to defend that, as we do see the military barracks starting to time shift in onto this position here for Nullus. Aphrodite has been clicked up, though, for Kvoth, so he's going there, but he's going to... the town center is going to go down. He still needs to get his Theseus out. Where's the Theseus at? I don't see that Theseus coming out of any of these town centers just yet. For Kvoth, he doesn't have the food just yet. Now he does. He needs to get it out. It takes only 9 seconds to train, so it's worthwhile to get that one queued up here, but not happening just yet. Villagers over here. We do see some Toxotes coming over to deal with the Murmillo raids as the wall's coming up over there as well. As the destroyer is going to be taken out the town center. Villagers here to help out. He's got to be bringing those in to the fray here as the Hippolytes are trying to micro. Theseus is queued up, but too little too late, in my opinion, there, as the town center is going to get torn down. Palace in this position. Nullus can start time shifting another palace over here as well. He's got this one back here. Very, very useful to bring that one in, or just build another palace on this position, as there's the heroic age for Kvoth. He can utilize that curse. Going to drop that one down. Remember, there is a Nemean lion here. That's going to get traded if Kvoth wants to bring that one in to utilize. There's still tons and tons of wood and gold remaining in the bank there as the military barracks does get shanked down over here. Heavy Murmillo going to attempt to make a juke into the corner there to continue the time-shifting shenanigans into that corner of the map there. But it looks like the Murmillo will end up getting taken out. Kvoth, he's playing Poseidon. Can he make a comeback here down 2 to 3 town centers? Maybe. But can he make a comeback 4 to 2 town centers? I'm not sure. As Nullus here in this position says, time to grab the town center. No problems here as the Arcus destroyers pushing forward. Nemean Lion coming through to, and we see that immediate trader onto that position. Hephaestus is clicked up there by Kvoth as the villagers all moving over onto the gold mine. We do see the Atlanta has popped out here. Going to get a little bit of damage onto the Nemean line there as fast as he possibly can. Hippolyta gets sniped down there. No population remaining here for Kvoth. Maybe going Artemis here would have been the better idea to potentially earthquake this position back and try and pull it back here, go into straight into like a fortress and everything else that comes with that. Villagers over here on this gold mine mining that one out as fast as they can, but the hometown center is getting sniped down here by all of those destroyers. And it is deconstruction going in to add insult to injury there, as it looks like Kvoth's hometown center is going to be falling, and Nullus is in just an amazing position here. He's also started the trade route. He's also going Atlas at this moment to drop an implode and pick off all the units of Kvoth here, as the power is going to be coming up on that position there as well. The tower's falling. Kvoth is going to the Mythic Age. Can he make the comeback down 1 to 4 town centers here, as the militia not going to be enough to stop that town center from coming up here, as more units is trying to slowly break through on this position. The destroyer is going to come through and try and take out the watchtowers and everything else there as well. As there's the Mythic Age, there's the Plenty Vault, there's the Colossus. There's still going to be another trader to come in relatively soon. It's only about a minute or 2 minutes to recharge. I can't exactly remember what it is there. 180 seconds, 3 minutes to recharge, as the hero arc is coming through to try and take out that Colossus actually there instead. Forge of Olympus coming through for Kvoth. Does he have a fortress up anywhere? Answer no. Palace coming down on this position there for Nullus, as the implode getting dropped down, going to take down all of the units of Kvoth here. Kvoth is 54 villages to 28 citizens, 11 llama caravans, 4 town centers for Nullus. The market needs to move into that corner there. It's kind of in a bit of a weak position. You could build a second market up here and then time shift it into the corner by moving a llama caravan actually up there. But we do see a couple of militia going to come in to help out Kvoth's defense at this point here. As Nullus here is still pushing forward. He wants to take out these buildings as well. We see the Argus going to come through and snipe down that Colossus after all is said and done. Palace does finish up there for Nullus. Citizen moving over here to grab that town center as well, as the Destroyer is going to take out those Toxotes on the back there. Bronze shields coming through for Kvoth. Coinage engineers, champion archers coming through. And in the end there, Kvoth does have to tap out. He cannot make the defense work here in this game. His economy was out of whack here. He had way too much golden wood in the classical age. Could not get that heroic age in time. Nullus' early second town center really kind of threw Kvoth for a bit of a whirly here, because it's not what normally happens. Normally we see the Atlantean player getting that town center at like 8 minutes, 7 minutes 30. Well, what time did he get it up here at this point in this game? What was it? He got it up at, we got 3 town centers up at like 10 minutes or something. He got that second town center up at 6 minutes. It's super early for Nullus. So his economy was just kicking into overdrive here consistently. And even though for some of this game it seemed like the unit lost kill was going well for Kvoth, he just fell off the face of a planet as he couldn't deal with this army that Nullus was doing. Potentially here making some cavalry wouldn't have gone astray after all is said and done, but he didn't get any out at all, which maybe that was his mistake. No raids onto Nullus' economy at all here. Just allowed him everything he wanted and more in this game. If you guys enjoyed this one, congratulations to Nullus. He still stays alive in this tournament. Unfortunately, Kvoth does fall here, and he's going to be out of the tournament, but Nullus is still in here. If you guys enjoyed it, please consider the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next game.